Hello folks, and welcome to the Diary of the Deadpit update for me. Haven't done one in a few weeks. Haven't really had any good ideas for one other than the DVD update thing, and a lot of people seem to do that. Maybe I'll do some more of them, but lately I've been getting too much stuff. I can't even remember what stuff I've mentioned, what stuff I haven't. A lot of Blu-rays, a lot of just, low budget DVDs, stuff like that. So maybe in the next few days we're going to be winding things down a little bit for a week, and I'll be doing a show on Deadpit after this week, but for a week, that is. We're not quitting or anything, but got some sad news earlier this week about Stan Winston, who a lot of people know that are big fans of horror films, created some of the best makeup effects designs ever. To this day, it's hard to top some of that stuff. Some of the stuff he did, 20 years ago. And, it really sort of bothered me a little bit that a lot of the mainstream people weren't really picking up on the news and didn't mention it. They'd rather talk about all the problems with the Hogan family and all that, which fucking sucks. But I thought that I would do a little brief tribute to Stan Winston. I'm not, I don't want to say I'm the biggest Stan Winston fan out there. I'm not a huge Stan Winston mark. No, that's not the case. But I enjoyed a lot of his work, and I think that it's a huge loss. And unfortunately, he was still, working hard. There's a lot of effects guys out there that quit. A lot of the computer effects and stuff seemingly took their job from him. But Stan Winston was so good, computers couldn't replicate some of the genius work that the guy did over the years, and still did to this day. I know he worked on the Iron Man movie recently, and his company is still working on, I think it's the new Terminator, which you can't do without some sort of Stan Winston supervision. I mean, come on. But I want to talk about 3 of my favorite Stan Winston movies that involved a lot of his creature effects and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get started without getting too gushy, and I don't want to get too emotional, because that's not me. I'm the creepy Kentuckian. I'm supposed to creep people out. So yeah, first up, but 2 of these movies involve Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm pretty sure people know what 2 of those are. First one, Predator, which I only have on Blu-ray, believe it or not. I think as far as one creature effect goes, the Predator is probably one of the most complex but totally awesome designs in horror movie history. And to think that was 21 years ago when this movie was made, and to see the look of the Predator monster, which, if I had to be honest with you, today's movies, they come nowhere near close to the look of the awesome original Predator. I think the first 2 Predator movies had Stan Winston's design in it. Amazing. I know when the Predator actually screams, opens its jowls, whatever. Astonishing work. And the thing about a lot of the movies that you'll see that Stan Winston had a part in and designed makeup and designed the creature effects for, is just the detail in every little bit, of the makeup. And that was a rare thing, and it still is. Makeup effects artists aren't making a whole lot of money anymore. As I was saying before, I think a lot of the computer effects did away with a lot of the great makeup effects designers, and they just quit. There's a lot of them that aren't really doing anything anymore. But Predator, definitely a landmark film for Stan Winston, and one of his best creature effects of all time, if you will. So, classic movie too. If you don't have this movie, shame on you. So next, other one I want to do, and he actually did the sequel to this movie too, which I have, but thought I would showcase Terminator, the original Terminator from '84, and the endoskeleton, which is a design that changed a little bit in the next film, got a little more complex. The thing with Stan Winston's effects, and this is amazing too, is it's like he didn't give up. If somebody just asked for something that was a little too much at the time, he wouldn't say no. I mean, it was like he would try, and I just liked that aspect of him, and how he would, try his best to replicate what the director may have envisioned in his mind, and did an awesome job with the skeletons, the Terminators in this, and the sequel. I mean, you can't. The sequel trumps this movie, but just the concept of the endoskeletons and Terminator. Without that, and you can go back and watch these, but without the look of those, I don't think either of these movies would have been as memorable, in my opinion. Now, my favorite, and it's the last movie I want to mention that Stan Winston did effects for, and a lot of people probably can guess, if they know me well, which one this is going to be, and this is 1987's The Monster Squad. And Stan Winston created the looks of like all of the classic monsters in this movie, and I think the most amazing to me was the look of the Wolfman in the movie, and to me, I think it was to this date, the best modern looking classic Lon Chaney Wolfman out there. And then, Frankenstein monster, the Mummy, Dracula, all that, and he created all that, and this is one of my favorite movies, and he did the makeup effects in this movie, and did a great job in this, and made this movie. It just, I mean, it added to the greatness of the Monster Squad, and I know that this was one of his favorite films as well. I believe I watched it was on one of the Fangoria Blood Drive DVDs, and they were doing an interview with Stan Winston and some of his crew at Stan Winston Studios, and he had a lot of the Monster Squad props and designs, layouts and stuff that he'd written back then, and was showcasing that in the documentary that they made. So he was really proud of this movie as well. And of course, Stan Winston, did Aliens and Jurassic Park, which is, one of the larger scale movies he ever did, no doubt. I mean, that's what I was saying. When he'd tackle projects that were larger than life, he wouldn't say no. So I think that this is a huge loss for the horror genre, and of course, his family and all that as well. I'm sure, they were a lot more. I'm sure his family thought of him a lot more as a great makeup effects artist, but people in the horror genre, and I know a lot of people are sending their condolences and stuff like that, and I know Deadpit does as well. So I think it may be interesting, like, and I know this is late, and I think it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. But if anybody has like a favorite Stan Winston movie that he worked on, of course he directed Pumpkinhead, which I don't have on DVD yet, but I'm going to get the new special edition. Just post like a video response under this video right here, and tell everyone about your favorite Stan Winston movie, creature effect and all that. So until the next time when I do another Diary of the Dead Pit, I'm the Creepy Kentuckian, and we'll see you next time.